Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Hustle. Today, we have someone who started his entrepreneurial journey at just the age of 12. And today, at 19, he's a founder of Nexera.Health, the startup which is focusing on corporate healthcare. So, meet Himanshu Rajpurohit. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Sapni. Absolute pleasure being here.
It's an honor to have a conversation with you.
Thank you.
So, how are you doing? How's life?
I'm doing great. I feel life has been hectic lately. I post Shark Tank, a lot of rise in demand. So working and just trying our best to give good healthcare to people and make it more accessible, affordable, and efficient for all, I guess.
Nice. So, tell us about your Shark Tank journey. How was it?
Sure. Shark Tank as a journey, to be honest, we didn't expect to go through because Shark Tank mostly will always find B2C companies pitching in, and we are a pure B2B company. So we were not very sure that hoga, nahi hoga, kaise hoga, all of that. But we just decided that let's go ahead and apply, let's see what happens. So luckily, एक stage clear हुआ, then it was like अच्छा ये हो गया, then second हुआ, then third हुआ, and then finally when we got the confirmation that we are pitching, so it was like we were really happy about that. I feel the mass or the reach that it gives to your brand is really amazing. More than funds or more beyond anything else, it gives you a lot of brand value and face recognition. Today, when
Yeah,
we are going to clients and pitching our product, they already know about our product or they've already heard about us. So the brand value is extremely strong, and now everyone knows about it. So overall, it has worked really well, and Shark Tank as an experience in itself was really nice. Getting to pitch to the sharks and sharing what we are building, our vision, etc. It was absolutely a worth experience.
yeah, definitely. So, why didn't you expect that a B2B business won't come to Shark Tank?
So as a fundamental thesis, Shark Tank is a show that is made to appeal the masses. So as a company, if you see, very rarely B2B companies come. So it's more about B2C companies who come on the platform, pitch their product, which end consumer can buy directly. Because it's a massy show, Shark Tank also, the team also tries to get more and more D2C brands so that the consumer also likes it. And even for the brand, it's more better that they are getting a B2C brand, so brand का spike जो होगा sales का वो कई गुना ज़्यादा होगा as compared to a B2B brand. But
So,
yeah.
in case of your Nexera, what was the spike?
So for us, the traffic was extremely amazing. Like our traffic went 30x when our episode was
Wow,
live. That night itself, our website visitors were in tens of thousands, and which is extremely high
amazing.
number as a B2B brand. So the kind of
Definitely.
luckily we were in the episode two of the season, so it was even better. So overall, the reach and the reach as well as the spike in our business interaction was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was obvious because mental health issues and everything is really a thing which is the concern of today's time. It is the need of an hour.
Absolutely. I feel the awareness of preventive care has been constantly rising, and if we as a company are having the right approach for the thesis that can actually make the consumer get better services at more affordable costing and more easily, you definitely are going to grow in the current situations.
Talking about mental health, do you think mental health is still a taboo in many workplaces?
Of course, to be honest, any day, and it's not just limited to workplaces, homes, hospitals, friend circles, anyone and everyone you go to, even today, there's a lot of stigma around it. And in fact, I often say that the problem statement that we had tried to solve with end-to-end healthcare or mental healthcare specifically is not that there are not good mental health care companies in this country or there are not good psychologists. The problem is the stigma and taboo around it. हिंदुस्तान में
Yeah,
आज भी अगर कोई साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाता है लोग कहते हैं पागलों के डॉक्टर के पास जा रहा है.
exactly.
Definitely a lot of taboo around it still, and there definitely needs to be a lot more awareness around it to create a large scale impact.
Yeah, I think it's not just for the corporates, it's for the teenagers as well who are facing this problem, but they are not addressed properly.
I mean, yes, even for because he is not taught about it or made aware about it, even when they are going through any kind of mental health care issues, they don't know what they are going through. So
Yeah.
sometimes insomnia is named as बेचैनी or anxiety का solution is सो जाओ. So,
Yeah.
because there's a lot more work that needs to be done in this specific space and a lot more improvements needs to be made.
Yeah, at the age of 12, you started your own business. How did you pull off a business at the age of 12? Like, when I was 12, nobody took seriously anything. Like, if you talk to anyone, nobody would take you seriously, right? So, how did you pull off to manage a whole business at the age of 12?
Sure. Definitely, it's very hard to do business at that age. To, for example, to give you an example, when I was very young, trying to sell a supply chain product to people, I will, let's say, take a reference from my uncle and then go and pitch to a client. Uh, the client will get ready to for a meeting because he knew that referral ke through RO and all of that. But when I will go and pitch, he will have chocolates on the table. He will have toffees on the table. He's like, "कि बच्चा आ रहा है." So it's
Uh-huh.
extremely very hard. But what I've realized that if you really are perseverant enough, and if you actually just don't give up and keep doing it, 100 rejections आएंगे, but उसका में एक हाँ तो आ ही जाएगा. So it's all about just being at it, and it's a lot more about what you speak. So I often say that if you want to stand out of the crowd, you need two specific things. The number one thing is gonna be that how good of a storyteller you are. आप कहानी कितनी अच्छी सुनाते हैं. And number two
Okay.
is आप उस कहानी में बोल क्या रहे हैं. Knowledge कितनी है आपके पास.
Yeah.
And I feel the more you pitch, the more content you will get, the more realizations you will make, and eventually it's gonna get better and better only. So I will say just be at it and be very open to learn, be a good listener, and everything else is gonna fall in place.
So, communication is the key.
Any day with anyone, even your team, your clients, your vendors, your parents, your friends. Communication and respect. I feel trust and respect are the two keys, and I feel communication is the core product for both of them. The more openly you will communicate with everyone, the better it's gonna be for you to do business and run things.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, you have built so many businesses, 3 to 4 businesses. How you used to validate your idea that if it is going to work in the market or not?
Sure. So a lot of people say कि like ऐसा होता है ना कि हमने खुद ही पता था हमें हमने देख लिया and all of that. What I feel is that you should not serve what you think the user wants. You should not serve what the consumer thinks they want. You should serve what the consumer actually needs. And consumer की need का पता लगाने का सिर्फ एक ही potential solution है, and that is to go and talk with your consumer. Get a basic MVP, that is a minimum viable product, basic workable product done, and then go to the end consumer, ask them questions, and I feel जो consumer test करेगा product को, that's the only possible way आप चीज़ों को figure out कर पाओगे.
Yeah, sometimes consumer only don't know what they need, but you have to find it out through
But
conversations.
I guess once they try our product, needs and demands somehow are figured out, I feel. So I feel जितना ज़्यादा आप अपने कंज्यूमर से ओपनली या फिर ज़्यादा बात करेंगे, उतना ज़्यादा क्लियरली आप कंज्यूमर को प्रोडक्ट टेस्ट करवाएंगे. सर कि एमवीपी बना के जाएं, सिर्फ आइडिया के साथ नहीं, बट एक बेसिक प्रोडक्ट, मिनिमम फंक्शनल प्रोडक्ट आप लेके जाएंगे. इट बिकम्स easier for the consumer to get a context on what you are building and then find out a solution.
So you have to first work on the idea itself and then see if it's valid or not.
इट्स नॉट लाइक आपको परफेक्ट प्रोडक्ट बनाना है. आपको एक दिन रातों रात अभी आजकल इतनी टेक्नोलॉजीज एंड नो कोड सॉल्यूशंस अवेलेबल है. आप जस्ट गेट अ बेसिक थिंग डन एंड देन गो टू द कंज्यूमर एंड ट्राई एंड स्टार्ट सेलिंग इट. आई टेस्टिंग इट, आई वुड से.
Okay, great. So you have been working since 12, as far as I know. So what's the who has inspired you the most, and what about him inspires you?
I feel with my life, because when you start so young, you don't have a lot of people around you to learn from. You often tend to find sources who you can learn from. So I feel I have had multiple people who have helped me. Like at one point of time, Elon Musk and Bill Gates were my chatty buddy friends because I was
Oh.
reading about them so much. I was watching their videos so much. So I had to create a virtual environment. Like I knew them very well. They didn't know anything about me. बट बिकॉज आपके पास कोई लर्निंग का स्कोप नहीं है. व्हेन यू आर सो यंग, आपको कोई सिखाने के लिए तैयार नहीं होता है. सो एट दैट
Mhm.
पॉइंट आई फील दीज पीपल आई यूज्ड टू go to and learn a lot from. I feel if I have to name one person, I will say Ritesh Agarwal for sure.
Okay.
Because he started at the very young age, very similar story. So I had a very strong sense of relatability with him. So Ritesh Agarwal has to be the person that I relate the most with.
Yeah, the personality traits are also similar. You and Ritesh both are very calm and composed people, and think very similarly.
Really kind of you, but and I feel I'm grateful to Shark Tank itself that I was able to meet him as well in person, and then eventually we have
Yeah.
since then. I feel the biggest learning I have learned from him has to be that listen more and speak less. Try to learn from people a lot and be shameless in selling. You have to be perseverant if you are starting young.
So you met him post Shark Tank, right?
Yes, we have had personal one-on-one interactions post Shark Tank as well. He was kind enough to invite me and have a very long, detailed conversation.
Nice. What was the biggest challenge you faced while building Nexera?
I feel the biggest challenge has to be finding great people. Like when you are running a startup, it's very hard to find people who can have the same energy and who are willing to put same efforts as you to build that company. So hiring
Yeah.
great leaders and finding those people has been one of the hardest part for me personally.
Okay. So how did you overcome that part?
Sorry?
So how did you manage to find the best people?
ओके सो इंटरनली ना हमने काफ़ी इस पे काफ़ी काम किया टू फाइंड आउट हाउ टू फाइंड गुड पीपल सो वी केम अप विद दिस theorem that is I square E that was Naval Ravikant's thesis mainly that is I square E is integrity intelligence and energy find people who you are gonna rate 100 on 100 on all three things because जब आप आदमी को हायर कर लोगे तो उसकी रेटिंग्स when you start working with them 100 से 70 पे चले जाएगा so find people जो 100 पे अगर आप 70 पे हायर करोगे बाद में 40 पे जाएगा सो
Okay.
thesis very simple that integrity, intelligence and energy इन तीन चीज़ों पे आदमी टॉप होना चाहिए. They have to top in all these three sections. And there's a very famous stand-up comedian Zakir Khan. He
Yeah, I know.
he has this beautiful line कि काम 19 चलेगा आदमी 20 चाहिए. So
Okay.
finding people who are absolutely good and are really, passionate about building and have the right mindset is really important. I very strongly believe that mindset is very important. If the person has the right mindset, skills can be acquired over time. If the person doesn't have the right mindset, even acquired skills can't be utilized properly.
Yeah, and you have to provide them with everything they need and maintain a very good ecosystem around the workplace, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And giving them a good workplace is really important. Listen to your people. It's very
Yeah.
important for them, give them the space to learn, to try new things, and to understand your thesis and approach as well.
Yeah. When you put in some efforts, you want to give your full efforts when your efforts are considered by the founder itself.
I guess exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you come up with this name Nexera?
So, next era ka thesis was ki building the next era of healthcare, so making it
Okay.
different and changing the way healthcare is perceived in India. So it was just that हम healthcare को revolutionize कर रहे हैं. So that was the main thesis behind it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
I like the name.
thank you.
That's all I have for you. It was a amazing conversation. I
Thank
got
you.
so much to learn from you.
Thank you so much, Avni. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much for coming.